One strategy you can use to reduce the amount of noise that you see in your renders when working with Octane for Maya is to adjust the samples on the lights in the scene. And I'm using the Space Cantina Interior 01.ma scene for this example. So let's go into the render settings, and I'm going to go to the kernel settings, and let's turn on, under direct light, irradiance mode, so we can just see the irradiance in the scene. And this makes the noisy areas a bit more obvious. Now there are of course strategies for tuning the amount of noise and the render speed using these settings right here, which are covered in another video. But I want to just deal with the lights. So in this scene, all the geometry is contained in a group called bar geo, except for the characters. And within this group, there's a group called light planes. So I'm going to select one of these light planes. They all use the same material. It's an emissive diffuse material. So I'm going to select one of those and go into the attribute editor for light emissive. And then down here under emission, you can see I have a texture emission added to this slot. So let's go into the settings for this. And I can actually change the sampling rate right here. So I'm going to increase this to 512 and let it render. And you can see we're getting a lot less noise on these areas right here by increasing that sample setting. Of course, this is probably going to increase render time somewhat, but you can see how much it really clears up that noise very, very quickly. Of course, Octane Lights work the same way. So if I add a new Octane Light to the scene by clicking on this light icon on the Octane render shelf and go into its settings, you'll see that it has a sampling rate setting down here towards the bottom. So that's one strategy you can use to help reduce some of the noise that you see in your Octane renders.